less been a housewife for the last 25 years, bringing up the 3 children, little bits of part-time jobs. A couple of years ago I was diagnosed with cancer. Never went back to work after that, but thought I wanted to do something. I've always wanted to go to university, and I'd looked at access courses at Aberdeen University. But because I was so involved with the children and with the family, I thought it's going to be difficult.
This time last year, I was working as a civil servant and hated it.
I used to be a postman, but it wasn't fulfilling me, so I came here primarily to try and get onto a university course.
I was doing building work and factory work for years really, and listening to people moan about how they could do better, and probably moaning myself about how I could do better. And I became unemployed, and I just thought, well, I'm just going to go for it rather than moan about it.
Well, I had just been made redundant from my job in London, and I decided to head off up north to Scotland because I had a couple of friends up here. And first of all, to get me another job, and of course to try to get some education.
When I left school when I was 16, I was lucky enough to fall into a job, but after being there for 9 years, it got a bit kind of boring, so I kind of wanted to go into university, and I had to get qualifications because I didn't have them from school, and when I found out about Newbattle Abbey, it just seemed like the perfect place to come and get them.
I was in the job centre and there was a sign on the wall advertising Newbattle Abbey College. So I phoned up, asked for a prospectus and applied. I liked what I heard and read. And then I came for my interviews and all that kind of thing and taster days, and I was impressed and I thought, give it a go. Beats working.
I came here because I wanted a change in direction. I felt that where I was at the time wasn't doing anything for me. I was going nowhere. And just by chance I happened to look on the internet and this beautiful place came up. I couldn't believe it and thought, well, I'll try this. This seems to offer something for the more mature students. So I thought there was nothing available, so I thought, well, I'll try it.
As soon as I saw it, I really fell in love with the building and the place. It was very quiet and peaceful, and to be on the edge of sort of a city, it was a really nice location.
I chose Newbattle because it was a residential college and I felt it would alleviate a lot of the pressures. I would have no bills to pay, no distractions.
The beginning is quite hard because you've got to adapt and you've got to change to different ways, and actually being in a wee small room all by yourself and not knowing MD, but once you're in a while and you get used to everything and everybody's really friendly, and I think now it's really like a big family that we are here. We really all got on so well.
It's good being at a residential college because well, we're all here for the same thing, and everybody's, you know, it's like the support from everyone because everyone wants to be here, and you know, everyone's in the same boat where we're all away from home. But it's good, you know, everyone seems to support each other.
Being a residential student, the good thing about that is that you can get up in the morning, have a shower, have your breakfast, and then you're straight into a class or a tutorial, or you can go straight to the library or do whatever it is you want.
People tend to look out for each other here. If you're missing for a meal, people will come to your room and look out for you. If you're falling behind with one of your essays, they'll offer to help you.
It's just been an absolutely marvellous experience being here. The fact that they were going to feed you 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. All I had to do was study. I didn't have the pressure of the family taking my time. There's always somebody around to talk to. If you're getting stuck with any of your work, there's always somebody there that you can go and speak to. It's just really good.
The fact that Newbattle Abbey is residential, I think makes it a fantastic facility, that you can be there 24 hours a day studying, and you've got the facilities there to be studying all the time. But then there's also the fact that it can broaden your social outlook in life as well. I know that I've made more friends here in this last year than I had before, and friends that I will keep in touch with forever.
Because of the enthusiasm of the tutors, it passes on to the students as well, which is really, it's excellent. And you don't feel, it's not like being at school, you know, you're not being drummed in this information, you're actually being asked and advised, and it does make such a difference. So you do feel that maybe that wee bit more confident that you're not going to be making a fool of yourself or anything like that, because when you do first start, it is different.
The classes are maybe a dozen, 15 people, and a class. The tutorials are maybe 6 or 7 people.
The class sizes are very, very small, which is very suitable for us, especially those of us who haven't been in school for a long time. The lecturers have been wonderful. You know, you really get a lot from the teachers. Because of the small size as well, you're able to really have, I would say, better discussions, and you get it more from the teacher. And you're really looked after.
Teaching here is fairly informal. You're not rigorously tested to begin with. The assignments you get to begin with are there to ease you back into learning and more to give the tutors a sense of how capable you are, of where you're at in your academic progress. As you proceed, you'll find more assessments will be given to you, but there's always adequate support there. The tutors aren't just here to teach you at lectures and tutorials. They're in their office and you can always make an appointment with one of them if you want.
The tutors are a bit more open-minded than I've been used to. Quite often you're on first-name terms with the tutors and that kind of thing. And the subjects that they're teaching, political philosophy and that kind of thing, it's a bit different to what you get in school, you know. And even I was at college before, I was at a different college when I was younger, and that was very much regimented. I think the big difference for me about Newbattle Abbey is there's an emphasis put on personal